Welcome back, everybody, to the Jacksonville Jaguars franchise here on Madden 21. As today we are gearing up for a potentially big game against the New England Patriots. Both us and the Pats have records of 8-5. Last week we won our third straight game of the season, beating the 49ers 28-21. As you can see by the playoff picture, if the season ended today, we would be the 3 seed, a game ahead of the Houston Texans for first place in the division, and we would play the New England Patriots in the first round. So today's game could be a little playoff preview. We also have a breakout player, and it is Quincy Williams. Williams had an interception and a sack last week, both of which came on the exact same drive, I believe, pretty late into the first quarter, and it was inside the 49ers 25-yard line, so it ended up being a pretty big deal that both of those things happened and helped us get on the board pretty early in that game. Williams is a solid player, not a great player, but a guy who is a solid rotational linebacker. He has not gotten the same amount of playing time that he had last year. However, he is a pretty solid player. Currently in 13 games, he has 40 tackles, 5 for a loss, a sack and a half, and obviously his first career interception, which was last week. Williams has gotten a number of his snaps cut this season, mainly because of drafting Rashawn Babineau in the second round. He's taken a lot of his playing time. So I do want to do a quick little standings update to see what the rest of the league looks like with 3 weeks to go. Obviously, we are a game ahead of the Texans for first place in the division, and we play Houston next week, which is a very big deal. We beat Houston back in week 12, so if we can beat them week 16, I think that would pretty much guarantee us the division. The only team who has clinched a postseason spot so far is the Baltimore Ravens, which means 13 playoff spots are still to be clinched. The story of the NFC has been the NFC East, with Dallas on top. However, the Eagles, Giants, and Washington football team are all projected to make the playoffs if the season ended now. So this would mean all 4 teams in the same division would make the playoffs for the first time in NFL history, which is pretty wild. That was certainly a mathematical possibility once the 7th team was allowed in the playoffs and the 3rd wild card. Although very unlikely, it looks like the NFC East might complete the impossible and have all 4 teams in the postseason. So today's opponent is the New England Patriots. They are the defending Super Bowl champions. They won a ring in the first season of the series, led by the career rejuvenation of quarterback Cam Newton, who has re-become one of the top quarterbacks in the NFL. He won the league's MVP last year, and he did it as a prolific passer. When he won his MVP in 2015 with the Carolina Panthers, it was because of his explosiveness, not necessarily because his passing stats were elite. Last year, he threw for nearly 5,000 yards, 45 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, 70% completion percentage, and that completion percentage is even higher this year at 71%. Newton's completion percentage has never been towards the top of the league, so it's certainly interesting to see it there now. Yeah, when he was an MVP, it was only 59%. The following year, his completion percentage was only at 52%. The Patriots have one of our former players, Leonard Fournette, who we let walk after last season. Fournette is injured and will not play today, so Sony Michel will be the starting running back for New England. I believe Leonard Fournette just got hurt this past week as well. They also have Stephon Gilmore, former Defensive Player of the Year in the secondary. Arguably the best cornerback in the National Football League. If he covers DJ Chark, that's going to be a really fun matchup because obviously Gilmore is a stud and DJ Chark has been a machine this entire season. So that would be a really fun matchup in my opinion. And it would appear that Jacksonville would have to target some of their other guys like Laviska Shenault and Nelson Aguilar more. But New England has guys in their cornerback room like J.C. Jackson and Jonathan Jones to cover them as well. The Patriots have a phenomenal secondary. That's always how it's been under head coach Bill Belichick. This year is no different, so it could be a challenge for Gardner Minshew and company as Jacksonville tries to win their 4th straight game of the season. A Jacksonville win today pretty much ensures that they at least make the postseason. As long as they win one of their final 3 games, the Jaguars should be fine in at least getting a wild card spot, and obviously the Jaguars need a number of things to happen to lose this division title against the Houston Texans. So all the Jags have to do this final 3 weeks is to hold on and clinch their first division in about 5 years. Jacksonville starting with the football, 2nd and 11. Gardner Minshew looking to throw it. Already getting it to DJ Chark, who was not covered by Stephon Gilmore on the play. However, Gilmore was there with the tackle instead. Chark with over 1,250 receiving yards in the NFL, which does lead the league. 3rd and 11, trying to get it back to Chark, and the pass is broken up. The Patriots get it back. However, the punt would be pinned down at the 1. Now 3rd and 5 at the 5. Cam Newton keeping it himself. He gets the first down, but he's also injured. Grabbing at his shoulder. He's had a number of shoulder issues in his career, specifically towards the latter seasons in Carolina. That's probably the main reason why he's not on Carolina anymore, is that shoulder. So if you're a Patriots fan, that's certainly scary to see. Really hope Cam Newton will be A-okay. Jarrett Stidham is now in the game for the Pats. Is on first down. He gets it to the former Indianapolis Colt, Zach Pascal. Pascal robbed DJ Chark last year of the AFC's Best Receiver Award. 2nd and 9, now it's a strip sack. Sheldon Rankins and Josh Allen in the backfield. I think Rankins will be credited with the fumble force. It is recovered by Ifeadi Odenigbo, and the Jaguars will get it back. A huge defensive turnover by this pass rush. 3rd and 3, Minshew is lucky Stephon Gilmore did not pick that pass off. Trying to get it to David Njoku. 4th and 3 now, the Jaguars are going to go for it. Gutsy call, and it works as Phillip Lindsay gets the 3 yards he needs to keep the drive alive. 3rd and 2 now from the 7. Minshew going to scramble to his left. He has open grass ahead of him and will take advantage. The first points of the day will be scored by Gardner Minshew's legs. A rushing touchdown, and that'll put Jacksonville on top. Cam Newton is back in the game, which is very good to see. 3rd and 10. Nice pass there for a first down. New England moving the chains, as that is Josh Gordon in his 2nd stint with the New England Patriots. Now from the 46, Newton under pressure, and he is sacked by Miles Jack and Josh Allen for a loss of 3. Both Jack and Allen get half a sack. That'll do it for the first quarter. Your Jacksonville Jaguars are on top 7-0. Had a little medical scare with Patriots quarterback Cam Newton, but he is thankfully healthy and back into the game. 2nd and 10 from the Jacksonville 34. First play of the quarter. Newton going to scramble. He finds the hole, and another nice run for Cam Newton. It seems like he's not scared to run with it, even after taking the hit earlier in the game. C.J. Henderson and Zaire Wiggins, the 2 corners, are there with the play. Now from the 23, Newton up the middle for Zach Pascal, who brings it to the 7 as New England is marching forward now in the red zone as they try to tie it up. 1st and goal. Cam Newton, the 2-time MVP, 1-time Super Bowl champion, will find the end zone as he dives past Ronnie Harrison for the touchdown, and the Patriots will tie it up at 7 apiece. Newton has certainly been aggressive with his legs so far in this game. Jacksonville tends to struggle against mobile quarterbacks, and today's been no different. 3rd and 10, there's the rookie out of Westlake, Zeke Bowman, with a very nice first down and a really nice play after the catch for the former Hornet. I think Zeke Bowman might have more NFL career catches than college career catches. He just never really got a chance at Westlake, hence why he declared after his redshirt sophomore season. Minshew now connects with Laviska Shenault to the 13. Minshew has not completed 50% of his passes, but he has made some solid throws today, including that one. 3rd and goal, touchdown for tight end David Njoku, his 5th on the season. Njoku is playing for a new contract. He has not been re-signed yet, and he certainly wants to get paid. Will it be by Jacksonville? That's the question. Another player playing for a new contract who has certainly earned one is Ronnie Harrison, forcing the fumble from tight end Devin Asiasi. It's recovered by C.J. Henderson. 2 fumbles forced here in the first half for the Jags. They get the ball back. First down, Minshew lobbing it up. What a catch! David Njoku to the 21, a gain of 33. Njoku has dropped some routine passes this season, but he's also making ridiculous catches like this. Following play, Phillip Lindsay loses 3, courteous of the veteran linebacker Dante Hightower. It's been a rough day for Phillip Lindsay. Lindsay has played a lot better in the second half of games this season than the first half of games, which is kind of odd. Minshew is hit as he throws there on 3rd down by defensive tackle Lawrence Guy. forcing an incomplete pass. 4th and 12. It's a 41-yard field goal attempt for Josh Lambo, his first of the day, and it is good, making the score 17-7. Lambo leads the NFL in field goal makes and field goal attempts this season. As we go to the 2-minute warning, we'll see if New England can try to make this game a little bit closer, or if Jacksonville will have a multi-possession lead going into the half. Cam Newton scrambling to his left. Newton with a first down. He gets by Zaire Wiggins and is still alive before getting laid out of bounds by Gerard Wilson. What a hit by Wilson. Thankfully, Newton is A-okay, but he does get 32 yards. A huge play for the Pats. 2nd and 6. Newton connects now with Devin Asiasi, the second-year man out of UCLA, for the touchdown. And the Pats will make it a one-score game as it is 14-17. The Jaguars still have 32 seconds and 3 timeouts. Let's see what Minshew can do as he does throw a touchdown, but to the wrong team. Stephon Gilmore with the pick 6. Cannot make those types of costly mistakes if you're Gardner Minshew at this point in the first half. And New England has the lead. New England does not have the lead at all today. Until now, that is. The highlight of this game has been Cam Newton, 177 all-purpose yards, including 98 on the ground. Very impressive work from Cam. The Jaguar offense has been fine. Minshew has been a little bit inefficient, but he has had a few big plays and has not been terrible by any stretch. New England with the football here to open up the third quarter is on 3rd and 7. Nice play by Sonny Michel to bring it to the 21 before getting lit up by safety Ronnie Harrison. 3rd and 10 now from the 21. Newton up the middle, just a little for Devin Asiasi. His 2nd receiving touchdown of the game, 5th of the season. The Patriots are all of a sudden up 28-17. New England on a 21-0 run. Gardner Minshew, as you can see, looks very frustrated in the sidelines as the Jaguars offense tries to do something. That certainly won't help. Rodney Anderson loses 2, courteous of a linebacker, Tyus Bowser, the Koopa King. 3rd and 10 now. Minshew looking to throw it. He found a hole to run into. However, he is met by Tyus Bowser for the sack. And New England gets the football back with about a minute to go in the third quarter from around midfield. 28-17. Pats are up. As on 2nd down, Newton has 0 time to throw it. Josh Allen with the sack. He is 1.5 today. It has been a fairly quiet season for Josh Allen's standards, but he's having himself one of his best games of the season today. 3rd and 17. Nice catch by Zach Pascal, but he only gets it to the 49. Excellent coverage by Crevan LeBlanc. The Jaguars get it here to open up the fourth quarter, 28-17. Can Minshew lead the comeback, or will the winning streak be snapped? 1st down, there's Josh Uche, the second-year pro out of Michigan, with the sack, forcing a loss of 11. 3rd and 15 now. Minshew gonna look to throw it. Can't really find anybody, and he is sacked again. This time by Adam Butler, and the Jacksonville pass protection is really letting them down. The Jaguars' pass protection has been great this season, but without 3 starting offensive linemen, there's only so much they can do. Good stop by the Jaguar defense. Their offense has it back, and they still have a chance. As on 2nd and 4 from the 10, look at Philip Lindsay go. Down the field, what a run. He is unable to quite stay in bounds, but Philip Lindsay gets 70 on that play, bringing it all the way to the 20. What a run for Philip Lindsay. Now has 99 yards on the day. And Lindsay's going to lose 7 of those yards on this play. If you do not include the 70-yard run, Philip Lindsay has 10 carries for 22 yards. That is not great, but his stats are quite inflated because of that big play. 3rd and 16 up the middle for Chark, and he almost gets it, gaining 15. 4th and 1, you could kick a field goal because it does make it an 8-point game, but the Jaguars are going to go for it. They figured they're this close, they might as well, as Philip Lindsay gets the first down, even with Chase Winovich on top of his back. 3rd and goal now. Minshew up the middle for DJ Chark for a touchdown. It's the Chark attack, baby. And it is now a 5-point deficit. You'd have to imagine the Jaguars are going to go for 2, trying to make it a field goal deficit, as DJ Chark and his teammates playing some leapfrog. And yes, the offense remains on the field. Handoff for Philip Lindsay, and he gets it. So if Jacksonville can get another stop on defense, all they need is a field goal to tie it up. But This game is going to be down to their defense. 3rd and 7, 2:15 to go. Jaguars have 2 timeouts as Julian Edelman is wide open up the middle of the field for a gain of 16 yards. Edelman has been virtually non-existent today, but he makes a play when it matters most. Now from the 47, Newton is going to look to throw it for whatever reason, and he is sacked by Miles Jack. Jack with now 1.5 today, and the Jaguars would elect to call their 3rd and final timeout. After the timeout, it is now 2nd and 17, and after this play, you get the 2-minute warning timeout. Newton will look to throw it again. He gets it to Zach Pascal, who gets 16 yards. That brings us to the 2-minute warning. Clock stops, and now it's 3rd and 2. The Jags need a stop, and they don't get it. Excellent block by the fullback. Sonny Michel gets the first down, and that's how this game would end. New England would chew out the rest of the clock by taking some kneel downs, and they win it. 28-25. Jacksonville with only 153 passing yards and 70 rushing yards came on one play. The offense was not particularly great, even with scoring 25 points today. This was certainly an ugly game from both sides, but New England gets the win. They improved to 9-5 as they compete for their division against Buffalo. If it matters, the Jaguars did beat Buffalo back in Week 1, so the head-to-head tiebreaker is there. But unfortunately, the head-to-head tiebreaker is not here, obviously considering New England just won the game. Cam Newton was very solid. 2 touchdowns. He did his thing. Gardner Minshew did not throw an incompletion in the second half. He only threw 5 passes, though, mainly because New England dominated the time of possession in the second half. But, I mean, after an up-and-down first half, Minshew did not throw any incompletions for the rest of the way, so I guess there's that. Running the ball, Sonny Michel was fine. He had 66 yards on 17 carries. Phillip Lindsay averaged 7.7 yards per carry. But you got to remember, he had that 70-yard run. And if it were not for that 70-yard run, his numbers would be a lot worse. So, not a great day running the football. But Phillip Lindsay is getting fairly close to 1,000 yards. He has had a really solid season this year. Cam Newton with 96 rushing yards and a rushing touchdown. He was busy. Zach Pascal with 8 catches and 78 yards. That leads both teams combined. 2 touchdowns for tight end Devin Asiasi. The Jaguar defense really struggles with covering tight ends. And while Asiasi did not have as many yards as some other tight ends have gotten against Jacksonville, he did score twice. David Njoku and DJ Chark also with touchdowns in this one for Jacksonville. The first-round pick, Bentley Vander Walson, allows 2 sacks. He did not allow any sacks in the first half of the season. Hasn't played as well since, but, I mean, he has still had a really good rookie season and looks like he is well worth the 12th overall pick. Number of sacks for both teams. Josh Allen and Miles Jack had 1.5. Sheldon Rankins also had 1, and New England had a few guys with sacks. The only interception today was by Stephon Gilmore late in the first half. I think that was the turning point in this game where all the momentum shifted from the Jaguars to the Patriots. So that is how this game ends. Unfortunately, not the result we wanted. And unfortunately, Quincy Williams does not complete his breakout challenge. He, I think, needed multiple tackles for losses, multiple interceptions, multiple fumble forces, multiple fumble recoveries, or for their passing offense to have like under 200 yards or something. And unfortunately, those were unable to happen. So that brings us to Week 16 here against the Houston Texans, who also lost, which means we are still a game ahead of them for first place in the division. If we win this game, we are 2 games ahead of them, which means we win the AFC South, which is quite wild. The playoff picture looks virtually the exact same for both conferences. We are still the 3 seed and would still play the New England Patriots if the season ended. I do expect a lot of things to change in the final 2 weeks of the season, but it should be fun to see what happens. Hope everybody enjoyed. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. Also, by the way, I forgot to mention, this game against the Texans that can clinch the division is on Thursday night primetime, our only primetime game of the entire season. Hopefully we make it count.